Mahindra that's more focused on testing the IoT point of view. All right, so let's get started. Let me see where we are. Okay.
Were we going to start again at 11:30?
Yeah. No, I said 11:20.
20. Oh, excellent.
Yeah, 11:20. We have two more speakers, and we have to go through a panel, and that's where I expect a lot of interaction, a lot of insights. Anjali, can you hear us? Hello, Anjali.
Hi, Kadir. Let me know if you can hear me.
Yes,
Hi,
we can hear you. We can see you. Thanks a lot for joining. Let me do a little bit of introduction about you. I wrote something, and I like to read it out. Right. Thanks, Anjali, for coming. You're going to be our next speaker from Tech Mahindra. About Anjali, Anjali is a technology leader with 20 years of testing and QA leadership experience in information technology services industry, with specialization in optimizing software development lifecycle and quality assurance services. She has worked with large enterprise customers ranging from banking and financial services, telecommunications, technology to various verticals. She has proven track record on dev QA ops. I like that. It's like Testoper, not better than Testoper. Transformation initiatives, consultings for DevOps and Agile transformation initiatives, automated delivery pipeline, framework design, and setup for large enterprises. QA community of practice, setup, Dev QA Ops program management and governance. In her role, she has worked with diverse IT teams globally to optimize software development lifecycle, SDLC in short, with usage of predictive analytics, machine learning, and RPA. I like this a lot because this is what I was talking about. Multiple different things comes together when you wanted to provide an solution to the customers. You have a great experience there, Anjali. She comes with in-depth understanding of integrated SDLC automation experience along with framework design, tool selection, and ROI analysis. Anjali will be sharing experience with us from testing and automation perspective. Floor to you, Anjali. All yours.
Thank you so much, Kadir. It was a very loaded introduction.
I took like 3 hours to write it down. Trust me.
Okay. So hope everyone can hear me clearly. I will start sharing my screen, and we'll get started. See, the whole idea of this conversation is this is like a short 20 minutes presentation. So obviously there are the interesting part is that just before this conversation started, somebody was talking about I'm missing the name, but there was a question around IoT testing or how are these systems tested and things like that. So that is an area I would like to I will touch upon is like as I said, it is a very complex area, and there is lot of thought and preparation from strategy to planning to actual execution to the field level testing and things like that that go into when testing a IoT system end to end. I will only be able to touch the tip of the iceberg in this whole conversation. But yeah, my email ID is there, and there will be obviously that networking link that will open up, and we can all connect offline and share our knowledge and have good discussions around it. So let me share my screen. Somebody will just have to confirm that they can see it, and then I will get started. Okay. Please let me know if you can see it.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yes, we can see now.
Perfect. So just before, and you can see it in full screen mode now, Kadir, right?
Yes, we can see it.
Perfect. So yeah, as Kadir has already spoke about me, I'll not talk about myself, but I'll talk a little bit about Tech Mahindra. Tech Mahindra is a system integrator, service provider in the IT consulting, engineering, and with diverse anything and everything to do with IT services. We cover that landscape. I have been with Tech Mahindra for 21 years. I started with this company in 99, so I kind of have grown with this organization, and I have spent close to 16 years in this particular practice, the practice that we call the digital assurance services, which is anything and everything to do with the CI/CD, CT, quality engineering, SDLC optimization, finding new ways, new techniques to next-gen delivery of software applications, products, and systems. So that is what I do for a living, and that's what the digital assurance practice does for our customers. We look at as Kadir mentioned, we look at the SDLC cycle, we look at what are the key components from start to finish, from inception to production, how a software product or system is being delivered, what are the areas where it can be made more efficient, what are the areas where it can be automated, and using as the industry is moving towards digital transformation, how we can use techniques like predictive analytics, artificial intelligence, RPA to kind of improve the overall SDLC. That is what this practice is all about. So anything and everything to do with, as I said, continuous integration, deployment, and testing. Today's topic is very focused. We have aligned this with the whole Industry 4.0 topic, and I won't spend too much time talking about Industry 4.0 specifically, because Kadir and others have covered what Industry 4.0 is, what IoT is, how a complex IoT system is. So I'll give a very brief overview, and then I'll immediately get on to the subject, which is IoT testing, or how we strategize and plan. So yeah, again, very like 10 seconds. What is IoT? Connect any device via any network, cloud platform, and integrate with any application. Basically, in a nutshell, it is, as we say, it is Internet of Things. There can be multiple devices communicating with each other, transferring data, eventually getting into a storage database used for analytics, providing business intelligent applications so that people can make right decision by using the right data coming from the end users or endpoint sensors and systems. So that is what Internet of Things is. There are multiple examples in the industry. If we start going through it, we will consume the entire day and still. But little bit, why I will talk about at least one or two specific examples where we have been involved in actually starting from design to implementation and to delivering a end quality, like end product with high quality output. So I'll take a couple of examples, because that will help us put the whole quality engineering and testing rigor that gets into testing this kind of system in perspective. So one example, in fact, Adarsh was talking about something which was to do with the aircraft engine performance monitoring and real-time monitoring, and making sure that service requests are created when there is some problem sensed and things like that. In fact, we worked on a very, very similar engagement. It is little different from the perspective of the system that was in play was something. Most of us have traveled, right? We travel extensively by air, and many times the aircrafts land, and we are waiting to board our flight, and we are there, and then there is an announcement that, oh, by the way, there has been a maintenance issue, and we are waiting for the ground support staff to come and look at it, and your flight will be delayed. And then it keeps getting delayed, right? It starts with 30 minutes, and then 45, and then 1 hour, and 2 hours, and 3 hours. So, and one of the core reason of these delays is that obviously there is the ground support staff comes, investigates, finds issues, tries to fix it, and things like that. So one of our very large customer, in fact, it's a Canadian aircraft manufacturer. They have obviously an aircraft health monitoring system, and which obviously using multiple sensors within the aircraft keeps monitoring the health of various components, various parts. Now they wanted to integrate it with their ground support, aircraft ground support system. And that is where this whole like engagement where we got engaged came about, where taking the data from the aircraft health monitoring system, multiple sensors that are in play, actually integrating it with the ground support system, so that, and in a nutshell, I'm not going to get into the detail, but in a nutshell, there is a proactive availability of the ground support staff as soon as the aircraft lands that needs the maintenance effort. So the availability of the staff, maybe availability of the right parts, right solution, right things that are to be done to make sure that there is minimized delay when a aircraft lands on the airport and requires maintenance. So that is what this whole system was all about, having the right level of data, right analytics, right solution, and root cause analysis upfront in place to do a very proactive maintenance and the ground support staff alignment, as well as the parts and whatever is required, so that the delay for the next flight can be minimized. So that was one of the systems where we work. There are multiple examples, one from healthcare, where a healthcare monitoring device was connected with the patient health system data, the pacemakers that were being manufactured by one of our large customer, how the data from multiple, like thousands, millions of installs actually of the device was collected and then presented for analysis for preventive care for the patient, so that obviously the deeper healthcare bills and insurance and all that can be avoided and things like that. That was another system where we worked. Another area very interesting. All of us use utilities. Water is an important utility. So one of our customers, which is Portland Water Supply Company, and they have their filtration systems put up with certain sensors that keep collecting data. And they eventually keep like that data gets transmitted, gets into a system, and then again there is preventive and predictive maintenance effort on all their filtration systems that are installed across the state. So there are similar many examples in the industry, and obviously Tech Mahindra being one of the leading service providers in this space, we have been involved in many of these conversations. And so now I'll quickly get on to the testing part of it. Now, before we start talking about how to test, I think it is important to understand the complexity of testing an IoT system. And as we already discussed, that these systems are extremely complex. It's not like a simple web application. You put something and you get a result on the screen, and you just have to ensure that the result is right, the performance is okay, the data is secure. So these systems are obviously specifically considering so many connected devices, so many So let's go over these challenges one by one. Obviously, the overall use cases itself are really complex and need real-time responsiveness. So it's not it's not like something, and many a times many of these systems can actually be mission critical, and they can be leading to a lot of real-time hazards or safety issues and things like that. So the overall sensitivity and complexity of the system, as well as the need of real-time responsiveness, is very high. Performance requirements, like in any other application, but again, the amount of data that gets. Hello.
This is Kader. Are you moving your slides?
Yes, I'm on testing of IoT key challenges.
So what we see is what is IoT. I just want to make sure others. How about you, Michael? Are you able to?
That's the same for us, I believe.
Yeah.
But no one. I don't think anybody's going to get different slides.
Yeah,
I think
because of the
probably
network
what has
somehow.
happened.
Yeah, maybe stop, Anjali,
Very
maybe stop sharing it and share it again, and probably it'll start picking up again.
Just click on that place there and see if it advances. Click right there.
Okay, let me
I think you
stop
probably
sharing.
be clicking on the
I have stopped
presenter
sharing.
side.
And start again, and should be okay.
And I will start sharing again.
Good thing our aircraft doesn't depend on this.
So let me know what you see now.
What is IoT slide?
What is IoT? Are you serious? Okay. Let me know what you see now.
Testing of IoT.
Okay.
But not in the presentation mode. Yeah.
Okay. Now
I think the size is still good. It might be because of the presentation mode.
Yes, I think you might want to check, turn off the use presenter view thing.
Guys, I'm very sorry, but I'm little new to Teams. We have been using. I was telling Kadir, we are mainly Zoom and WebEx users. So tell me what you see now. I'll try it for the last time, and then in the essence of continuing, I'll try to continue. But
so the way that let's do it this way, Anjali. Don't go to the presentation slide view. Just show your slide the way it is, and then you can manually move on. Don't go to the presentation view. Can you share your screen, please?
I'm sharing my screen, and I'm sharing the presentation. Is this?
Yeah.
Now?
Just leave it like this. Leave it like this. Just manually move on and continue with your presentation.
Where you have, well, it's a little small. Use see where it says use presenter view up in the top center there.
Not really. Where?
Yes, right. And in the top center, go to the very top of the screen. Look in the middle. Move your cursor to the right. There, right there. See where it says use presenter view?
Yeah.
Check that off.
Okay.
No, check it off. Turn the check mark off. There you go. Now press Shift F5. From the current, and go from the current slide, not from the beginning. Oh well. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you move one more next slide to next slide? Just let's make sure it's happening. Yeah. All good. Perfect.
So you are seeing now the testing of IoT key challenges, right?
Yes, we are. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So as I was talking about it, I'm so sorry I was talking without having the slide on, but basically we spoke about the complex use cases needing real-time responsiveness, high performance requirements, security and data privacy. It is one of again, depending upon the domain that is there, like for a healthcare system or something which is monitoring patient data and then using that data for analytics or preventive health maintenance and things like that, there are a lot of concerns in terms of data privacy and making sure that the transmission is secure, the data is not getting leaked. There are HIPAA compliances and multiple other like any other healthcare system, that data has to be really secured. And again, not just healthcare, depending upon what system, what domain, there are different level of security consideration, compliance, privacy requirements that are to be considered. Data complexity, again, volume, variety, velocity, ETL, like the whole the whole purpose of many of these IoT systems is to eventually do a smart analytics, predictive analytics, identify some models, come up with some business use cases which can help decision makers. So typically the amount of data and the storage and then the analytics that we are talking about is really very complex. Protocols, again, I won't get into details, but there are networking, there are identification, sensor, adapters. There are so many protocols that are involved in IoT system. Then obviously there is diversity when it comes to the end user who's eventually consuming the results or utilizing the graphs or the data or the analytics that are coming out of these systems. there are times when they can be on multiple different diverse devices. It's not always that everybody is using a computer to analyze. Somebody is on a mobile, somebody is on an iPad, somebody is, so there can be bring your own device type of ecosystem that some of these IoT systems are eventually dealing with when it comes to user experience and customer experience. And then overall training aspects for the end users to use the system, and eventually that is one of the key aspects of the user experience. And then sensors, I spoke about sensors, adapters. We'll look at, in the next slide, we'll look at the layers, and that will be a little bit more. Okay, do you see the next slide, Kader? I'm just trying to make sure.
We can see, we are good.
Okay, so this is like at a, just so that we all simplistically understand the layers that are involved when we are actually testing for an IoT system. Obviously, there is the layer which we call is the data gathering or the perception, where the sensors and the physical objects are there, which are eventually taking that data, transmitting using a network layer to the middle layer, where the processing of that information is happening, and the analytics around that, and the decision making charts and graphs and measures, which eventually are presented in the application and business layer. So that is typically a flow that is happening. And on the right hand side, and I'll share this presentation as well, because this is something that we can really share. There is no issues around it. On the right hand side, you'll see some of the testing types which apply to each of this layer. And I'll certainly not talk about each and every, but as I said, the simplest things to understand, right? For the application layer and the business layer, most of the processing and your functional testing typically will happen in the middleware layer, because that is where you are processing, you are analyzing, you are coming up with results. While there will be an aspect of functional testing in the application layer, majorly for the business layer, it is all about usability, user experience, performance, and security aspects. Move down, application layer, again, functional compatibility. Am I omni-channel compatible if there is BYOD type of environment, things like that, usability, user experience. And as you go down, you'll see different types of testing which are applicable for each layer. Now, why this is very important from the strategy perspective? Because of the sheer complexity of the IoT system. If we try to deal with testing end to end all the time, it is practically not possible. And it is extremely complex, because end to end eventually is the field testing and something where you can actually test in one go, starting from the sensor or the perception layer to the business layer. And how much ever we try, in reality and in practical sense, it is not feasible to test everything all at once. And specifically for an IoT system, that is where the key to the strategy of quality engineering is all about. Looking at different layers, identifying which types of testing are more appropriate and needed at what layer, which layer, when I am testing, I can virtualize or simulate the remaining layers and test that layer. That is little bit, try to relate it with your microservices architecture concept, and it will be little bit easy to tie it back, that try to isolate the concerns and test that concern fully to be able to see that how that particular concern, when it fits in the overall system, will behave, and will it behave correctly or not. So that is, I think, the core to understanding the quality engineering strategy for an IoT system is understanding these different layers, identifying what type of testing is applicable for that layer, try to isolate all other concerns and test that concern fully, so that you are confident that when all 5 concerns sit together, they will work seamlessly. That is the core to the strategy. And Kader, you have to keep me honest, how much time do I have? So
Honestly, you're over time, but please, yeah, go ahead and try to see if you could, yeah, please.
Yes, no, I will take another 2 minutes probably and try to wrap up. And certainly, I know it is a very, very vast topic, and I'm sure there are specifically the quality engineering testing community or delivery community will be very interested in talking in depth about how we go about testing each of these layers and what are the techniques that we have used and things like that. And I'm more than happy to have offline conversations on that. But
yeah, definitely we will. We normally have other programs where we deep dive, right? So I'll invite you definitely, Anjali.
Sure. So this is just an example or like a high level. Again, if you look at my previous slide, this is just little bit elaboration to show how each layer specifically from a IoT system perspective fits in together and how the data flows back and forth and things like that. Now, when it comes to testing infrastructure, as I said, testing everything real time is not the reality. So obviously, there will be areas where you will have to use simulators, you will have to use data recorders, you will have to use virtual systems, virtual. There are concepts. I'm sure most of the testing community will know about service virtualization and trying to isolate concerns and test the system under test. So that type of infrastructure strategy is very much needed when we are looking at testing an IoT system. How do I, when I'm testing the perception layer or the sensor layer, what are the areas that I focus to ensure that data that is gathered is the right data, the data that is getting transferred is secure and there is performance. When I get to the network layer, again, performance, security are the key concerns in that layer. Middleware is all about functionality. That is where my adapters are consuming the data, but eventually it is the processing application which will be the heart of the functionality of your overall system. And then obviously the business or application layer where it is all about user experience, performance, again, security aspects and things like that. So trying to identify these concerns, the integration points between each concern, perception to network to middleware to business application layer, and testing for those specific areas and protocols, and leaving the end-to-end and the eventual end-to-end testing to more in an exploratory fashion rather than actually trying to test for the various testing types in the end-to-end, because that won't be a reality for a IoT system specifically. Now, this is again a very, very involved topic. Automation and IoT testing, right? Testing is eventually it is all about automation. What are the different areas? What are the aspects of like automation? Obviously, increased productivity, improved engagement, future-proof your business by having like a lot of reduced maintenance and reusability aspect, increased reusability on your testing infrastructure and testing scripts and test executions and things like that. So automation is an area that is really to be considered. There is no time or this presentation, I couldn't have covered the aspects, various aspects. And if I go back for a minute on this slide, but automation actually for testing an IoT system is applicable to each and every layer, every aspect of integration, every aspect of data transfer and processing application. There are, and all of us who have been in quality engineering space, that different type of like infrastructure testing or network testing requires different kind of automation. Your adapters and sensors, data transfers and consumption requires different type of test automation, specifically usage of simulators and lot of simulated protocols and things like that. That is all applicable for adapter and sensor layer. And then getting into the processing application, probably the easiest to understand from automation perspective, because it's all about functional automation at that layer. And then as it comes to the end user experience, it is all about automating for exploratory aspects or performance aspects or user experience aspects. So again, very, very detailed topic and discussion won't be able to cover here. Very quickly, this is the remote patient monitoring solution, how we went about testing, what were the challenges faced, what were the different components, and then this is aircraft health monitoring and ground support system that I was talking about. So again, I know I'm out of time and I really don't want to keep going on here. So this is an important slide. Questions, my email ID is there. Please reach out and we'll be more than happy to discuss, go in depth, and talk about this subject very close to my heart: quality engineering, CI/CD, continuous delivery, automation around all that areas. So yeah, let's stay in touch. And thank you so much, Kader Testoper, for this opportunity to connect with this community. It's amazing that people are so committed on a Saturday morning, and really happy to be here.
Thank you very much, Anjali. There's a lot of questions coming in. Just hold on. After our Bill's presentation, we'll get into the panel and we'll answer all of the questions. Thanks a lot. Great insights. Let me check. Sayan, are you able to hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Let me take a minute to introduce you. I believe, Sayan, you also have Tim with you. You both are going to do a joint presentation. Welcome, Sayan and Tim from Bell. Talking about Sayan, Sayan has over 2 decades of experience and have helped many organizations in several digital transformation projects. He's been associated with Bell now over 15 years in various roles in cloud and IoT domain. He currently serves as a senior manager of IoT business development, and he will be sharing experience, particularly in this event, from a service and solution provider perspective. As far as Tim is concerned, he is the chief architect in Bell for IoT. Floor to you both, Sayan and Tim.
Thank you so much, Kader. Can everybody see my screen here first?
No. Anjali, can you unshare the screen, please? All right. So now please try sharing, Sayan.
Okay. Okay. I'm doing it right now. Can you guys see it?
Waiting to see.
Not yet.
Not yet. Interesting. Share my desktop. Okay.